more can I say?
Top Billin.
All right, y'all. Fly, Eagles, fly. Your boy Jersey Murph still under the weather here, not feeling good at all. But the show must go on so I can give you a concerted effort for as long as I can hang in here before these meds kick in. I got to get back into bed. I wanted to get to the inside pass coverage, right? This was a sticking point last week when we talked about it, and a lot of people wanted, for some odd reason, to blame the Kobe Dean, which was asinine, right? So you can't blame the Kobe Dean on this one because he got injured early in the second quarter and didn't play most of the game. So that takes that away there. And you get a chance to see them mix and match parts. So I'm just going to skip around and go to certain things. There's nothing in specific order or anything, just some of the stuff that stood out to me, like this one right here. All right, so on the inside right here, right, CeeDee Lamb, I said it before, one of the very best doing it. His skill set is incredible, especially with them putting him on the inside with him being a bigger receiver. He has some great agility. His ability to get in and out of his transitions, it's tough for anybody to deal with, let alone someone like Sidney Brown or even someone like Eli Ricks, right, who I said does not have an inside corner skill set, but he does have a better skill set than a Sidney Brown, if you want to make that, you know what I mean? So it's like the lesser of the two evils there. But on this one right here, they started to put Slay on him, man to man, right? Man on skill right here. You got JB up at the top on the outside and Eli Ricks on the outside. Eli Ricks, this is natural position. He needs to be there anyway. I can see him being there in the future full time. But Darius Slay on the inside makes more sense. But even Darius Slay was getting that work. Look at this. Look at him. Bang on his curl right here, work back to the ball, get himself one. Now, Slay had some moments as well, right, against him. But for the most part, even he was taken to school by your boy CeeDee Lamb. So let's size this up right here. We can see Slay take presence right here, right? He's going to fall off the cliff. Like I tried to tell people before, don't nobody do all that pressing stuff anymore. People are still living in the past. It's like they don't actually watch football. People don't get hands on man anymore. It's just a lost art there. So you see close quarters mirroring here. You got Eli Ricks right here, right, working vertically up the field. He's taking an inside approach, right? So I guess he's looking for the sideline to be a barrier. They're trying not to let people get in the inside when you see something like this, right, by him taking that inside approach. But coming up out of that curl route, your boy Slay can't bog it down as much, and Lamb is a very strong player. You see him fight off Slay right here at the top of the route there and then work back to the ball, and he's a strong hands plucker. Some of the best hands you'll ever see, and he's able to get that there. So while that is a loss in itself, to me it's a win because you see them trying something different. Putting Slay in a slot, that's hard. When Bradley Roby comes back there, or somebody with a legitimate slot skill set, who has had success in the pass in the slot, I think you can see a lot of this shit start to come together. And in that way, if they go to 4 receiver sets, I would like to see them not put Sidney Brown out there, right? It's useless. Sidney Brown, I don't care if you guys sit up there and cry. I had multiple people cry like babies, right? Because I mentioned that Sidney Brown is not a good coverage defensive back on the inside. That's not a knock against Sidney Brown. That's not a skill set. He can be all world if meant to kind of be more of a roamer, right? Or somebody you have play in the box and is able to work more forward, trying to affect the quarterback, blitzing, just trying to stop the run, doing all that. Maybe some shallow zone duty, but having him man-to-man coverage, that's not his skill set, man. You can't cry over that. That's not me dissing him. That's me giving you the real with analysis. If you can't handle the real with analysis, please don't click on my channel. All right, speaking of Sidney Brown, you got this over out here by CeeDee Lamb. You have Sidney Brown right here across from him. Imagine instead of Sidney Brown, this is either Darius Slay or it's Josh Jobe. I'm not a big Josh Jobe guy, but obviously he's a better cornerback talent than Sidney Brown is, right? He might not be a better football player than Sidney Brown, but if you're using Sidney Brown in this specific role right here, there's no way he's better than Josh Jobe. We've seen Josh Jobe have moments at outside corner, and he seems to be a little bit twitchier, and that's what he does. He defends wide receivers there. So this is just a little bit too easy. Look at CeeDee Lamb. Press this right here and bend it, and then look at the separation, right? A little bit of a late pandemic separation right here. And listen, this is a three safety set. So you have Byatt right here. He's manned up on the tight end. So that's pretty cool right there to have that there. So you have Sidney Brown at a slot receiver. So you're using two of your safeties to defend in pass coverage there. Why not use one more cornerback, right? And we see right here when we get right there's a pretty decent amount of separation on this route right here. It's not like CeeDee Lamb is the fastest receiver we'll ever see too. So this matchup is actually more geared to Sidney Brown because CeeDee Lamb is not that fast. So those quick wide receivers on the inside, man, like we saw with the Commanders there, Sidney Brown, in my opinion, doesn't really stand a chance, especially if the pass rush doesn't get there. It's just a tough ask for this guy with his type of skill set. As I said before, CeeDee Lamb is an equal opportunity employer. Right, you'll see him here on this short motion, and then he's going to run this. It's a little more like a slant corner, but we'll call it a post corner. You know what I'm saying? Just because, right? And this gets Eli Ricks all out of sorts. Look at this. First of all, they lull you to sleep. You can see him on this motion. It looks like the ball's definitely not coming to him. Then look at this. Banged him and whoop! Oh my goodness! Early pandemic separation, and I'm talking about like that first week. We didn't know what was going on out there. You was scared in the mug, right? You was about 25 feet away from the next man, right? Which people need to be 25 feet away from me right now, to be honest with you. But we see this right here, man, coming off of that. He takes that outside leverage, almost funneling him inside. First of all, let's go back to this as well. I don't like the positioning of Reed Blankenship back here. I'm not sure why he's not centered up here. You know what I mean? Riding the stitches. There's not even really an immediate threat over here, right? If you're gonna run full go here with JB, he can follow up the field. Well, I can see it because JB doesn't have any help over there. So if he has to follow up the field right there, Reed Blankenship is shaded. However, you leave there no room on the outside over here. There's supposed to be the answers on every test right there. You can see him bang that to the inside, stick that foot in the ground, and your man looks like Bambi right here. He's falling all over himself and everything like that. He's done. Absolutely cooked right there. And CeeDee Lamb, he puts it right on him. May could have let him out a little bit more on the pass there. Thank God he didn't, but as you can see right there, that's tough to deal with. The slot is just a tough position to deal with, period, man. Let's see that again. Lull you to sleep. That's hard. And then bang to the inside. Oh, look how he varies the rhythm and the timing on that right there. I'm telling you, once we get that damn inside portion of the defense together with a cat like Brad Roby, man, it's going to be tough to deal with. I feel like everything will just come together there. So 8-1. And still not playing the best ball on defense or still not putting together a complete game. That's hard. Here's another aspect that I talked about. Remember, I'm talking about inside pass coverage. So that's the slot receivers and the tight ends as well. So you get that slant flat combination here. And once again, they don't banjo it. So Banjo is playing man coverage with zone principles. So you have Reed Blankenship working in conjunction here. I want to say either with I'm not sure who the heck that is right there. It could be JB. Let me see if I can go forward there. Oh, that's actually Slay. So you have Slay right here, right, on this outside receiver. He runs a slant. Of course, this guy running that flat. Had Slay stayed home, Reed Blankenship stayed home. They're both in position. Slay could drive on this route right here, and he have better leverage than Reed Blankenship trying to follow this, which acts as a natural pick. Let's go right here. You see that? We can see it from this direction too. Now, obviously, if you're a safety, your first MO is going to be to crash down on the run right here. So he takes that false step, but it wouldn't matter because he's still in position to get this slant that's coming right behind him if necessary there. But he has to try to follow under, right, with that natural pick action there, follow under, and then be out there. Where Slay is already out there. Slay would have stood his ground right there, stand your ground law, and he would have drove on this one right here and would have got the tight end down. They have to learn how to banjo. Every game I'm watching them not banjo. This shit is crazy. They tried it again towards the end of the game. Same deal right here. This time out of 12 personnel. So you have both your safeties working in conjunction right here. You have Blankenship and Bayard right here. You get that in-breaking route for that pick action there, and then you get that flat route. Once again, this is even better because you can see him already out here. If he stays here and gets whatever crosses his face, he's good, because then that slant will go right into Reed Blankenship, and then that flat route will go right to Bayard. Instead, you have that man trying to get under a pick there. Luckily, he stops it short, right, with his knees there. Didn't quite get it out there, but as you can see right there, that could have been very detrimental right there. Look at him. See him running that traffic action on him, right? Whole bunch of traffic cones right there. My man has to navigate that there, and then he was still almost there, but what's better? Think about it, logically speaking. Even if he rode this on the inside and then knows that it's going to be going to Blankenship and he peels back outside, I've seen passes pick like this. Like Dak Prescott will already have it in his mind to throw this. He peels back off. That's a pick six. That would be super demoralizing if you threw a pick six in that particular instance right there, but that makes it a little bit too easy. You see it right here. This time Blankenship doesn't take that false step, but it doesn't matter. He has to try to get under. All right, this time they have CeeDee Lamb lined up in the backfield. So he's going to get Zach Cunningham as a man responsibility, right? So he's going to be running that halfback angle route depending on Zach's leverage. So he bangs this to the inside right here. Remember, everyone was mad at Nakobe Dean about this, acting like it's just that easy to guard a receiver. Oh, look at that. He jumps to the outside real hard. And you're not supposed to let somebody cross your face, Cletus. That's what somebody said in the Nakobe Dean one. But look at this again. See it from this angle. Oh, now that's flailing right there, right? And that's why it's hard to be a linebacker and you're going to get somebody like CeeDee Lamb that even regular cornerbacks can't deal with. Look at that. He bangs that to the inside. My man's just flailing right there. Reach out and touch someone. No. Late pandemic separation mixed with early pandemic separation. Sidney Brown back at it against Kavontae Turpin, former New Jersey General. Shout outs to the New Jersey Generals. Jersey in the building, baby. Now, we see this right here, right? My man's going to be running this pivot route, right? I'm not exactly sure what Sidney Brown saw on this, what makes him go so inside on this. Look at him. Sized him up, hezzy on him, work to the back to the outside there. Let's see if we can get it from this angle right here. Now, look. So he's in his hip pocket right here. He's taking inventory right here. He turns around. He starts to look at Dak Prescott, right? You can see him kind of hold up right there and start worrying about Dak Prescott instead of playing the man. You got Daffy Dak and his little weird-ass feet right here. Daffy Dak and his weird feet. But my man's able to get that to the outside right there. One of the things about this is, too, coming out of this transition, he was holding. You can see him right there get Sidney Brown's hands up off of him. And he can't work it back to the outside good enough. Good throw there by Daffy Dak as well. So, all right, on this one right here, of course, they take Eli Ricks out. You got Slay manned up, followed CeeDee Lamb around for a while there. And look at the job Slay does right here. This is really good work. Look at that. Rolls up under him there, forces an errant throw. Somebody like Slay not going to panic. Look at that. Oh, right up on him, even if he had to face guard him, right? He knows that the back of the end zone is his friend there, so he recognizes something like that, and he's able to face guard him as long as he's not, of course, impeding his progress, grabbing the jersey and stuff like that. Really good work by Slay on the inside. I'd love to see Slay on the inside with Bradley Roby if some of these teams are really trying to chop us up in the middle. Because it's a copycat league, man. People saw what Washington did, and they see what Dallas did, and a lot of people are going to be coming for that same aspect. Eli Ricks manned up on CeeDee Lamb right here. You get this curl route, and I think my man has to pivot up out of this one right here. I think they pushed Daffy Dak off the spot. Let's see right here. Yeah, push Daffy Dak off his spot right there. He shakes loose from Eli Ricks, and bang. Crazy gainer right there off of that. Initially right here, coming up out of this curl, you can say that Eli Ricks probably in pretty good position. If it was a rhythm throw, he'd probably get got though. You could put that low in the way or just really put it on his chest right there, and he's out leveraged there. But CeeDee Lamb on his P's and Q's creates that social distancing right there, and Daffy Dak able to find and deliver it. Tough game on the inside, man. All right, CeeDee Lamb here on his speed out. There's no one guarding the flat. You have Eli Ricks here. He bumps off this and then gets depth. I would have to think that with Slay already at depth, working vertically, that Eli Ricks here needed to actually work to the flat here. So then you would have had pretty much wall coverage back here with the flats covered as well on the outside. There's always an answer on the test when it comes to zone defense, and it's never a significant void like this. Look at him. Rubs off there, right, and immediately gets depth. Now you got Slay getting depth and him getting depth just to leave somebody in the flat. Daffy Dak notices that right away, and you can see right there, that's giving away yards right there. Absolutely giving away yards right here. You have to let me know what you think on this one right here. You don't gotta let me know. I know how zone defense works. I've been in zone defense. He would wall off right here. That would be his spot out here while Slay gets depth down the field. So Eli Ricks definitely to blame on that one right there. And it won't count as a target, but it definitely counts in the film room. If you notice, they took Eli Ricks out of the slot and put Slay on Lamb. This would have been Eli Ricks the entire game on him had it been doing a little bit better there, but they took him off and they put Slay on him and kind of stopped the bleeding, and it kind of stopped. I don't know. It was a tough game. CeeDee Lamb absolutely went off. All right, this time you have Morrow working against this slant route. I would like Philly to work with pure inside leverage if they're going to do inside man coverage right there, right? Wall it off right there, force everything backside or force them to have to really go through you instead of giving it a varied approach. You see right here, he jumps inside and then works outside. I don't understand that. At the beginning of this, watch. He jumped. Look, you see that? He's got inside leverage right now. If he would have just stand his ground, right, angle off, he would be good. Instead, he jumps out, completely giving up leverage, and you'll take that all day long. It's a void right there in the zone of the defense, and it can easily move the chains just like it did. All right, y'all, it's time for your boy to go ahead and sit it down. Last one right here, man. You'll see CeeDee Lamb in the tight slot right here. He's going to work a jerk route, right? Buff that bad boy in right down the hezzy, then shoot it back inside. Jerk route on Byard here. Tough ass for Byard to guard someone like CeeDee Lamb. Look at that. Oh, hezzied on him. Gets himself a real nice gainer right here. You can see it right here. Over here. Ooh, nasty route. CeeDee Lamb right here. So decreasing the space, man-to-man coverage on the inside, making sure you have Slay, Brad Roby, and then like an Eli Ricks or something like that. Eli Ricks on the outside. They had the idea of doing it with James Bradberry. That was just poor execution by using Bradberry because that's not his game. His hips are way too tight to be on the inside. Slay's hips, definitely not. Slay's very twitchy. I like to see him more and more, especially if there's a specified matchup there like a CeeDee Lamb on the inside and some of these other guys who have, or these other teams that have great inside receivers. Slay in combination with Brad Roby, good night. Absolutely good night. You force the throws on the outside there against Bradberry and Ricks, right? Or even a combination, right? If you want to roll through it, remember, Josh Joe. Why not Josh Joe? Use him as a third option there. You got to keep doing stuff. So I applaud them for throwing different things at this, right? Throwing shit up against the wall to see what sticks there because CeeDee Lamb was going off. So at the very least, they tried. And I think they saw a little something there with Darius Slay on the inside. So you got to call it your big gun sometimes. So Slay on the inside, Brad Roby, good night. All right, let me know what you think about that, yo. It's your boy Jersey Murph as always. Big salutes to everybody out there. Thanks for watching. Make sure you tip your waiter because you know I'll be serving that hibachi. Salute.
What more can I say?
Top Billin.